Okay, so we left the sale a little early today, and I thought I'd come out here and maybe put some of the tomato cages I have on the tomatoes, and then go ahead and put in the fencing for the cucumbers and the pole beans. And hopefully I have enough fencing. I'm pretty sure I do, but I guess we'll see. Alright, so now I'm just going to stick these steel posts in the ground. It's been raining so much out here lately that I could probably just about do it by hand, but I'm just going to drive them in with the splitting maul. So I'm going to put one at each end, and then I have some like 5-foot sections of rebar left over from the putting in my footer and putting in the upright rebar. So I'll put one, maybe 2 sections of rebar in the middle and drive them into the ground for a little bit of support. But really the only thing that's going to be on this is cucumbers and pole beans, so I don't guess it has to be real sturdy. Okay, so here's the first trellis fence in. I think it'll be just fine. Now when those start getting some runners and stuff on them, we'll encourage them to go over into the fence, and they should do the rest. So this will make it a lot easier for picking cucumbers and things, keep them up out of the dirt and everything. I've just put some of this extra rebar down through the middles for a little bit of support. I just kind of wove it in and out of the wire in a couple places. And this fence is not really under any kind of tension, really. It's a little tight. I tightened this one just a little bit, but you know, this one's just as loose as, you know, I just laid it up there and tied it on. Kind of run out of these little clips. I didn't bring enough, and so I just started to use the wire itself, and then even down here, basically it's the exact same thing as a clip. I just bent it around and looped it over just like a clip. So that works just fine as long as it's not under pressure. That should hold just fine and dandy. So I don't think the cucumbers will mind that at all. So now we just have to do this row of pole beans. So I'll go ahead and drive those posts in and get that wire up. Starting to get a little dim out here. It's getting kind of late. It's probably about 7:30, so I need to go ahead and get this done. Alright, so I got this second row of fencing in here for the pole beans. So once they get a little taller and start to want to run, we'll train them over into that. And I know that sometimes they grow to be 6 or 7, maybe even 8 feet tall. This fencing is 4-foot fencing, so I've got about another 18 inches on top of that, and I can always just take some string or something and tie between the poles to give them another 1.5 feet. And then after that they can just kind of, you know, like drape over the side. So the cucumbers, they'll be able to grow up in here, and again I can tie a string to give them a little more height if I need to. But now this is the first year I'm doing this. Last year we just let the cucumbers just go wild on the ground, and it was kind of a mess to be able to try to dig through it and find all the cucumbers. So I think this right here will make it a lot easier to pick the cucumbers and maybe even help them grow a little bit better. Now a lot of these beans have not come up yet. Some of them have, but a lot of them just have not come up. So what I'll probably do after this next week of rain, it's supposed to rain for the next week pretty much. It's supposed to rain 5 days out of the next 7 days, so man, we're getting a lot of rain. But anyway, after this round of rain, I'll probably go ahead and poke some more seeds down into the spots that did not germinate. And I probably should have put 2 seeds in each spot anyway, but you know, hindsight's 20/20, I guess. That's not really hindsight. I mean, I knew I should have. I just didn't. So, and then got one whole row of the tomato cages in. That's just what I had left from last year. So I'll have to go this year and buy another 11. And I don't imagine we'll ever have any more tomatoes than 22 plants, so that should be enough. Anyway, it's almost dark here. It looks pretty bright on the video, but I mean, it's getting, I don't know, it looks bright on the video, but it's probably almost 8 o'clock, so. Well, anyway, I guess that'll just about do it. Got the fencing up, got the tomato cages up, plenty of room to walk down the middle. So, I guess that'll do it. Now I'm going to try to render this in 30 frames per second. I don't know if a lot of you even use the 60 frames per second, because it takes a pretty hefty internet connection to run that. So if you are one that always watches in 1080p at 60 frames per second, let me know. I'd like to see how many of you actually do. But it's nothing to feel bad about if you don't. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of an internet connection speed. So anyway, guess that's it for now.